Hello everyone, welcome to Res Snapper. My name is MJ and this is Snap or Pass, where we look at the new cards coming to Marvel Snap each week. And this week we have got Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's a 5/7. On reveal, remove the text from front row enemy cards here. Is this guy going to be an absolute tyrant to the game of Marvel Snap? We're going to discuss it and find out. In this video I'm going to be talking about some deck ideas that I've got, everything I think about the card, the mechanics, some synergies and everything like that. You can skip to the section you want using chapters below, but true legends, stay until the end. And thank you so much guys, we are now out of the birthing canal to 5,000 subscribers, so thank you very much for subscribing. However, I do have some bad news. We are now on the sticky slope of discontent, I think that's what I've called it, to 6,000 subscribers. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, please do consider doing so. Right, Cosmic Ghost Rider, how do you get this guy? And by the way, I've started reading the comic, actually. He's not going to be in the Marvel Encyclopedia, I know that for a fact, because he came out after that was printed. So we're not going to read that today, but I can tell you, this is Punisher, guys. This is like a different universe version of Punisher. He was given like the power of Cosmic. He was at one point made like the Herald of Galactus. They went around tearing shit up. And then I think like, well, as I say, I've started reading the story. I've not actually finished. But he sort of goes back in time to try and kill Thanos. When Thanos is a baby. But yeah, hilarity ensues after that. So yeah, if you want to get him, you can buy him with 6,000 tokens, or you can open seasonal Series 5 snap packs, and you may also get these cards, which includes Fantastic Four cards. Actually, I'm not sure it does include Kid Omega, apologies. And yeah, like even the Fallen one from last week. Right, we are doing a Season Pass giveaway, so another shout out for subscribing. Please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment saying what Cosmic Power version of an existing card would you like to see? Would you like to see a Cosmic Power version of Spider-Man? Let me know in the comments. Right, mechanics of the card. What decks do I think he's going to fit into? Well, I do think he's probably considered a good card, so I think he'll fit in like a good cards style of deck, like the Season Passler style of stuff. He is like a control card, so he's a control tool, so I think control decks will like him. I just said control 4 times, including that time that I just said it. Mill decks might be an interesting one, because you sort of steal or banish the cards that you do. You just do. And then what they're left with, you remove the powers of, and you leave them with nothing. Similarly to that, in that train of thought, maybe a Loki deck could be good. You steal their cards, remove the abilities from their versions, and you've got the versions which have still got abilities. Maybe there's that sort of vibe. Not still, remove, I should say. Actually, I don't know. You are stealing with Loki. I don't know what I'm saying. But finally, maybe move disruption decks. If you consider the fact that cheaper cards are generally less important, you know, notwithstanding cards like Thena. So you get rid of or move their cheaper costed cards and gain access to that back row where they might have their more valuable cards, stuff like Galacta, etc. Right, anyway, so he does seem like a generically good card that can devastate a lot of decks. Is this the end of turn counter that we've been waiting for? Now, I should say, as at time of recording, I am recording this pretty soon to when I am uploading the video. However, I wrote these slides like 2 weeks ago or something like that. I've mentioned this many times, but I'm going to Florida soon. If you want to check out my exploits in Florida, you can subscribe to my vlog channel, Theme Park Life. If you like theme parks, food, shopping, we'll be doing those kinds of things. Going to like play areas of natural beauty. Ugh. No, that is a joke. We actually will be going to areas of natural beauty. So subscribe for all of those things. Oh wow! Yes! Come on! If you're interested, but yeah, because I'm going to Florida, it means I'm having to do a backlog, build up a backlog of content. So I'm working very far in advance. Anyway, although I am catching up because they release so many damn cards. Anyway. It means that I wrote these slides ages ago when End of Turn was everywhere, and we've since had a change to Ghost and they've been tweaked a little bit. So it's not quite everywhere, but it is still extremely popular. So I do think Cosmic Ghost Rider will definitely have an impact on that. Yeah, it can feasibly take out like Invisible Womans and stuff. Maybe you can snipe it on turn 5 before they play a Prodigy. That sort of thing. It crucially doesn't affect all decks though. On-reveal centric decks won't care much about this card. I mean, there will be certain iterations of on-reveal decks that do, if you consider the Atlantis style decks, which have like Frankie Rainova or that sort of thing. Lasher, you know, Lasher's going to be a really dirty one to remove the abilities from. You can basically, they have a lane or a location that they think is completely secure with their Lasher. Which is often a card that people are scared to play into, and then you come down with the Cosmic Ghost Rider and they're like, oh, I've basically just lost that lane location. I don't like saying lane because it's not a lane, is it? Although I do get why people call it lane because there's like 3 lanes. Nah, good. Oi, Lois! Oh, Shopperman. I don't know. I don't even know what's happening. But are people going to fucking hate this card, though? Yeah, I do think this could be a tyrant on the meta. I truly should say to use that phrase yet again. Maybe we'll say it again. Yeah, I think this guy is going to torment players. So I am a little bit scared for its presence in the game. It's a bit of a mean card, isn't it? It's mean-spirited. I think it's going to be annoying. It's definitely going to... Like, if my Frankie Rainova gets hit by Cosmic Ghost Rider, I don't think there's anything I can do to stop myself feeling unbelievably irritated by that and just, like, vaguely heartbroken. Like, I've got this idea in my mind of, like, do I want Frankie Rainova to be the next card that I try to get to 30 character mastery? I mean, it would bloody help if character mastery was actually a good thing. Like if it was actually fun to engage with, and I actually had a hope in fucking hell of getting a fire with embers. But second dinner seem absolutely hellbent on not improving it, even though it's been like 8 months. I don't understand. Like at the very least, tweak the numbers. You cannot tell me that takes any effort, or much effort, I should say. You just can't. Right, tweak the numbers. He accidentally did it once. Oh yeah, it was easy to change back when they realised they were being too generous. That's what I mean, right? What, splits was for 6 weeks? Was it about a month? 6 weeks? It may not have even been that long. Oh shit, we better change the numbers. Pros. The power is pretty alright for a really powerful ability. You know, 7 power. Pretty good for this powerful ability. It fits nicely into most decks, although 5-cost cards are often hard to justify. We do hear this. I think Tucker spoke about it recently. 5-cost cards, man. Like 4 costs are better. You can cheapen 4-cost cards with like either cheating out energy and get them out really early, and they have a huge impact like Galacta. And then like compare this to a card like Galacta, and it's just probably not giving as much value. So I don't know. Anyway, and it's quite a reasonable counter to end of turn cards, which as at the time that I'm writing this are absolutely dominant. But I'm writing this 2 weeks in advance, which I sort of said a minute ago anyway. Cons. Against a deck that isn't negatively affected by it, it's a bit of a dead draw. Like, yes, it does still have 7 power, but if you can not really do much to their cards, like their on-reveal cards have already expended their stuff, like, it's just probably not worth playing, and you've probably got better, higher tempo plays, etc. It only affects one location, so they might still be able to achieve their win condition, even if it is an end of turn deck. You know, you're not switching off everywhere, so it might still be a tough one. And as a 5-cost card, it's coming down pretty late. Decks might already have gotten value. So if you are looking at a Sunspot or something, and you're removing the abilities from a Sunspot, they might already be on 6, 7 power, or whatever it may be. And, you know, they've already extracted some value from their play. Now let's talk about the counters to Cosmic Ghost Rider. What either counters Cosmic Ghost Rider or is not good for you to... if you play Cosmic Ghost Rider, you don't want to see the cards like Sauron. Yeah, Sauron removes the abilities from the cards in the deck that he's playing. So Cosmic Ghost Rider, probably not a great card against that deck. Unless you are hitting like a Surtur. Although, as we said a minute ago, they have still extracted some value from it at the point that you're removing the abilities. And of course, Cosmo can stop Cosmic Ghost Rider from triggering. So if they've got a particularly precious location that they don't want to be impacted, Cosmo can stop it. If you consider cards like Enchantress and Shang-Chi or whatever it may be, Cosmo works in a similar way to protecting these cards. In fact, you could also say that Cosmic Ghost Rider is kind of a counter to ongoing decks as well, but Cosmo has always still been there because we've already got Enchantress, and in fact Enchantress is just a better counter than Cosmic Ghost Rider for those specific things in many ways. But synergies. So as I said a minute ago, I think one of the key things will be sort of like breaking down your opponent's front line to gain access to the rest of their cards. So I think cards like Elektra, Killmonger and Polaris, cards that disrupt your opponent and move cards around, may be a very nice synergy with Cosmic Ghost Rider. And yeah, obviously it just at the bare minimum it's just disruptive to them, especially Elektra and Killmonger. If you're actually destroying their cards, then that's obviously good. But then having the impact of gaining access to those precious back resources is even better. So yeah, it could be a double thing, doubleness. And then maybe Jennifer Kale or just anything that can ramp out Cosmic Ghost Rider. I think that might also be key. If you can remove the abilities from their important cards sooner, for example, like that Galacta, yeah, that could be nice. So yeah, possible vibes. But really, the thing is, Cosmic Ghost Rider is kind of like he is a countering card himself. So I think the sort of synergy side of him is less relevant or potent, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about some decks and ignore the name of the deck for this first one, which I've called Ceres New Groove. Basically ignore that because I have just realised that I do have an upcoming video that I've made where I do talk about a deck with a very similar deck name, and I wouldn't want you to remember this moment. I'm trying not to make this moment prominent because when that next video happens, I don't want you to remember this. So yeah, don't remember that. This is like a control deck. It is obviously a budget deck. So we have got a couple of forecast cards like Shang-Chi and Enchantress. Although we only got two, we do have the Zabu in here. Guys, we're making a budget deck. What are we going to do, right? I also want the curve to be a little lower in control style decks because I don't know really. But look, listen guys, you just want to stack some stuff at once. It's all about not having priority, right? Make sure you've not got priority, probably. I don't know. Or change, I don't know. Anyway, you've got Echo, Agent 13 just to give you some unpredictability, right? You've got Shadow King, Quake, also for unpredictability. Scarlet Witch can get you out of a pinch. And then the rest of this is self-explanatory, guys. We've got like stoppers like Cosmo and Juggernaut to control the vibes. Sarah, obviously, to allow you to play all of this stuff. If you don't Sarah, you can just Cosmic Ghost Rider early if the match calls for it. Yeah. Anyway, this is self-explanatory, guys. You've seen control decks before. Let's move on to a premium deck. This is called Cosmic Cards. This is basically like a tempo / sticky annoying card. So like basically some sticky annoying tech cards that can like do surprise wins, like Negasonic, Mobius. We've got Stardust in here and Eliath. And then some, again, I like the injection of unpredictability. So we've got Snowguard in here. Oh god, I'm not updating the slide, but we've got Pedro in here, even though he's become more expensive. We've got Iron Patriot. Hopefully we can get a tempo with Hydra Bob. And then Captain Marvel can maybe seal the deal. Maybe they make a mistake with Stardust. Blah, blah, blah. Words are coming out of my mouth. It might be a fun deck. Who knows? Then the final deck I've got for you is a mill deck. So I've called it Tricky Space Milk. And Milk has got two L's here because it's mill, isn't it? So we've got pretty much a standard mill package. However, I do have the Fire Hair in here because I do like that iteration of the deck. We've got Killmonger. So this was coming back to what I said earlier, like kind of disrupt their deck a little bit, steal their cards, and then remove the powers from the ones that they've got left. We've got Misery to repeat some of these actions like the Cable. Fenris can revive something. We've got the Death Strike and we've got the Death, so it is the death-leaning version. So pick your poison, I guess. Another reminder, this is like the third time I've told you to subscribe, so almost, if you're a rebel, just don't. But do consider liking the video and turning on notifications if you're already subscribed. So what do I think of Cosmic Ghost Rider in terms of star ratings? Well, let me tell you how many stars I think he should have. I think he's 3.5 5 stars. I was very high on this card. Very high. I text my mate at the start of the month, or actually rather, I should say he texts me and demands me to rank the cards of the season, and we each rank the cards and we see how we compare against each other, and we both instantly said Cosmic Ghost Rider was the best card of the season. And then a little thing happened, right? I watched the Snap on This podcast where they rated the cards and they gave Cosmic Ghost Rider like an abysmally low score. Basically said he's bad, coming out too late, there's already existing counters and stuff like that. And it did make me reconsider. I was like, am I massively overrating Cosmic Ghost Rider? Because they were right. And then especially when I started looking at the cards that he actually affects, and I'm like, he's probably not affecting as many as I think. Like, popular cards, like I Am Patriot. No, there is a lot that he doesn't hit, right? And then even the ones that he does hit, he's coming down late, and then even then, you're only affecting one location. So there is definitely some question marks. However, I do still think he's good. I do think he's above average. Obviously, I've given him 3.5 stars. So I do think he can fit in a lot of decks. I do think he'll be annoying. And yeah, oh, by the way, I think the artwork's freaking sick, by the way. From a fun perspective, however, I'm giving him 1 star because I kind of almost think he's like just annoying. Just like, not bad for the game. I wouldn't go that far. But just, he is going to be so annoying. I think he's going to be so unfun to play against that I'm not sure that I really like inflicting that level of unfunness on my opponents. I certainly don't like playing against this level of unfunness. So yeah, for the archetype though, for a control card, I think he is a meaningful addition to the toolkit, so 3.5. And from a competitive standpoint, I do still think we'll see him. I do still think people will be playing him. And he's going to be annoying to play against. So yeah, giving him 4 stars from that standpoint. So ultimately, I do think he's a snap. This series is called Snap or Pass. Yeah, I do think he's a... I'm half joking. Good. Yeah, I do. I'm going to get him. I think he looks cool. I think he could fit in stuff. We'll see. I probably won't play him much. That's all I've got to say really. But we do have, oh my god, a previous card review. 1, I've not forgotten to do it for a change, and 2, I actually did play this card. Although I played this card literally. Well, sorry, I've played this card in a deck probably about 8 times, maybe less. The reason it's so few is because I just got pissed off. I wasn't drawing him, guys. I've played him like one or 2 times, I think, and in like the 7 or 6 other games, I either didn't draw him at all. Like I'm playing decks with like Adam Warlock and stuff, and I'm getting down to 1 card in deck and not drawing him. B, I drew him on the final turn like 3 or 4 times. So like I'm like, brilliant, there you are. And that just, when I get unlucky with a card to that extent, where I'm just like, I'm trying to play the game and I'm literally not drawing this card, it does kind of kill my buzz a little bit, right? Now that being said, I have watched some content about the card and I did get to play him like once or twice. And yeah, he seemed good. I'd say from the videos that I've seen, like I've watched Tucker's video, I did watch a bit of Regis's video. Like, yeah, seems good. Does seem like, oh, well, watch Alex's video, of course. Yeah, seems good. Does seem like a good card. Obviously can enable crazy things. And I think that people, when they continue cooking with this card and brewing decks, I think we'll see more out of him. But he does seem good. I do think he seems good. My before rating was 4 stars, and since like 3.5, but that might be negatively impacted by the fact that I literally couldn't play the damn card because I didn't draw him. So yeah, but he does seem solid. Definitely seems solid to me. My mate Gossi actually said that he seems good, but in the decks that he was playing with him, he just didn't need him. You know, there were already good decks, and they've got different win condition lines, like especially like Symbiote Spider-Man stuff. You've got Black Panther, you've got Nimrod, etc. You've got Galactus and stuff. So yeah, there is a question on whether you need him, but I do think he's fun, and I'm excited to see more from him. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's the end of it. Is that the last one of the season? Yeah, wow. I hope you enjoyed the happy riding. Sorry, that's another channel I watch. I hope you enjoyed this season, Heralds of Galactus. We are hurtling That's become SKUF. We are hurtling towards the Visions of the Future season. So it's going to be awesome. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.